Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another review on a foundation that I recently got my hands on. I'm super excited because it is from a brand that I've previously loved foundations from. So without further ado, it is the Dermablend foundation. This one is called the Smooth Liquid Camo. Very excited. So jumping right into the demo, I'm going to start by priming. I actually do have a Dermablend primer, so I'm going to use that today. This is the Instagrip Jelly Primer. It's a 3-in-1 multitasking primer. So the 3-in-1 stands for the fact that it is a makeup gripping primer, instant moisturizer, and then a tightening mask. So when you apply it to your face, you kind of feel like a tightening feeling. It's actually really nice. I quite like it. So I'm just going to apply one pump of this. And it's like a jelly formula, it's clear, it's very sticky. So you know that your makeup is just going to stick right to it. But although it's like really sticky, it doesn't feel weird on the skin. Like it doesn't feel like a residue, but when you touch your skin, you're like, oh, it's a little sticky. I think about a year ago, I did a full review on this guy here. This is the Dermablend Flawless Creator Foundation. I love this foundation. I find that it really just looks so good on the skin. I find it makes it look like you Facetune your face. Like I swear, it's so nice. So I got the same shade, so I'm hoping that it does correlate and that I won't have any issues with shade matching. This guy here, I really like applying with a foundation brush, but I figured today, since this is supposed to give a medium to full coverage, I'm gonna go ahead and use a beauty blender just because I don't want it too thick. It is really hot out, so we're gonna see how it goes. I will try it, however, tomorrow with a brush and put it in the description bar so you guys can know how it works. The packaging is in a squeezy tube. My preferences when it comes to foundation is a glass bottle with a pump, but I'm not mad at a squeezy tube. Squeezy tube is totally fine for me because it still allows me to get the foundation out. I never like apply to my face or anything like that. I always apply on the back of my hand or on a little plate and then distribute the product. So I have no issue with the squeezy tube. Right above the cap, it does have a little see-through area so you can see what the foundation color inside looks like. So that'll help with color matching and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. Ooh, it's thick. Just based off the way that it kind of like went on my hand, you can kind of see that it swirled up kind of like an ice cream cone. It is a thicker consistency. Yeah, this formula is a lot more runny, I would say, whereas this one's a little bit more thick. So I don't typically like foundations that are too thick, but we'll see if the Beauty Blender helps with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead, shade matching, I don't know, and dot this on my skin. We'll do one side. I kind of like doing that in foundation reviews, like doing the one side and then seeing how it looks. So I still have a lot of product left over. I just dotted quite a bit on one side of my face. So I'm gonna go ahead in and pounce my Beauty Blender and distribute this product. I always start at the bottom of my face and like work upwards. I don't know why or what it is, but I feel like it just helps distribute the makeup better. So I think I'm paranoid about having my jaw look like a different color. So I think that's why. And I also don't like too much product in the under eye area, but anyways. So far, it's blending out really easily with my Beauty Blender. Not having any issues with that. It definitely right away concealed all of my redness that I have like in and around my nose area. It also concealed pretty much, I don't have any blemishes right now, which is really, really nice, but it concealed pretty much all my freckles. And then I have like a beauty mark right here that's kind of faintly showing through. So this is one layer of the foundation. As you can see, it really does a good job. This is my skin, so you can see like it covers really nicely. Even using a beauty blender is always going to kind of shear out your makeup a little bit. But yeah, this is what it's looking like without and with. I'm really liking the way that it applied with the beauty blender. I don't, like right off the bat, I can tell by how much coverage it's giving me with the beauty blender that I don't think I would like it with a brush. I think it would be a little bit too full coverage for my likings. But if you are somebody who's looking for something like for a wedding or a special occasion and you're like, I want full coverage, this might be the foundation for you because it really is giving a lot of coverage with a beauty blender especially. So if you went in with a brush, it would be even more coverage. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I almost wish, I don't want to say this, but I almost wish I had a blemish so that I could test how it does cover up on top of blemishes. I have a few like dark spots, redness, and kind of like some bumps, but not necessarily like a blemish. So I can't really tell how it would cover on top of that, but I have a suspicion that it would be really great on top of blemishes. But nonetheless, it does definitely give a medium coverage off of one layer of foundation. I would not go in with any more personally. One of the best parts that I'm noticing right off the bat is that although it's giving a medium to full coverage look, I don't feel heavy, I don't feel cakey or anything like that. Like I feel like, okay, I'm ready to go in with my concealer and like the rest of my makeup, and I won't feel like I'm wearing a mask or anything like that. So that's really nice, because that's one of the main things that I see when it comes to more medium to full coverage foundations, is that it feels heavy and you don't really feel comfortable wearing it. But I'm not having that issue whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and jump right back on and let you guys know a few more details about the foundation and then my final thoughts. So be right back. You're just not gonna have any chance of having a bad reaction caused by the smell. Okay guys, I just finished applying the rest of my makeup and I'm very happy with how everything came together. Not only did the foundation apply really nicely, other products on top of it applied just as well. So one thing that I notice a lot of the time with matte foundations is that products on top can have more of a chance to, you know, skip or cling onto dry patches, anything like that. So I had no issues with that. Mind you, I do have more oily to combination skin, but I'm really happy with how everything applied on top of it. I really think that my skin's looking great. This foundation is definitely matte finish and full coverage, in my opinion, medium to full coverage. And I think that's the biggest difference between these two guys right here is the finish. So the Dermablend Flawless Creator does still give, I think, a medium coverage, but it's more of a velvet natural finish. Whereas this one here, the Smooth Liquid Camo, is more of a matte finish. So it's really great for the summertime months, and if you have oily skin, this is definitely a foundation you're going to want to pick up for kind of like special occasions or just times where you need to wear foundation for a long period of time and or in heat. One thing to note is that it does have SPF 25 in it, which is really great. I don't think that the Flawless Creator has it, at least it doesn't say it on the package, and I just can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So this one here, it does have SPF 25, which personally I like, especially if I'm going to be wearing this foundation in the summer months. I know I'm typically going to be outside, so it's kind of nice to have that extra SPF in there built in, so you don't even have to worry about applying it beforehand. This foundation, I feel, is an investment. Although it is sold at Shoppers Drug Mart, I don't consider Dermablend a drugstore product. I consider them a high-end. You know, Shoppers Drug Mart has a section of high-end products, and I feel that Dermablend sits in that area. The foundation does go for $45 Canadian, which I think at first you're like, whoa, at Shoppers Drug Mart, like what are you talking about? But then when you realize like the quality and the fact that Dermablend isn't a drugstore brand, then you realize, okay, yeah, 45 does make sense for this foundation. You get a good amount of foundation in here, and the fact that it's a squeezy tube means that you're gonna be able to use all of it, really. I find that squeezy tubes always allow you to use pretty much the most product out of all types of packaging, so that's one good thing. Last thing I wanted to talk about this foundation was the shade range. It unfortunately doesn't have the best shade range, but it's not horrible. There's 15 shades in the collection. Now, I remember when I met Dermablend at the Flawless Creator event, they were talking about how they're really looking towards broadening their shade range, so I'm hoping that it goes across the board for all foundations, because I remember when they launched this, they only had 10 shades. So 15 shades is not horrible, but again, it doesn't meet kind of that high bar of 25 plus. So we'll see what they end up doing, but I'm hoping that they do add some more shades to this guy and even the Flawless Creator, because both of these foundations are honestly so good. I've been using this one for, I feel like, a year, and I still really love it. It's a great foundation, and then this one here I feel like is going to become quite a favorite, especially in the summer months, just because of how the finish is and how it applied and how it looks, you know, full coverage but super matte. I really like that. Anyways guys, all in all, I'm really loving this foundation so far. Again, check the description box. I'll leave you guys some comments on how it wears for the rest of the day, but honestly I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think that it's gonna be a winner in my books, especially in the summer months. So I'm sure you guys are gonna be seeing this guy in quite a few Instagram tutorials and possibly even my favorites. I don't know, that's how much I'm really liking it. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap up this first impressions video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and of course I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.